Hey! Something poked Jessica's shoulder and she shrugged it away and rolled over, still half asleep. Hey, you okay? Something poked her cheek much harder and she opened her eyes and looked up to see a ring of children surrounding her. Staring with wide eyes, Jessica screamed. Someone grabbed her from behind, covering her mouth, and she shrugged to get away. You have to be quiet, a desperate voice whispered, and she turned to face a red-haired girl about 7, looking at her anxiously. If you're not quiet, it'll come to get you, she explained. Jessica sat up carefully and put a hand on her head. It felt like it was stuffed with cotton and her sinuses were burning. Not again, chloroform or wherever that gas was. What? The girl asked. Nothing, Jessica said, looking at the frightened faces that surrounded her. There are 4 children in all, 2 boys and 2 girls. There was the young red-haired girl with freckles on her nose and a stocky African American boy of about the same age, who looked like he had been crying before she arrived. He was sitting cross-legged with a young Latina girl of 3 or 4 on his lap, hiding her face in his shirt. Her fine brown hair had all but come loose for 2 long braids down her back, each caped with a pink ribbon and the matching pink shorts, and the t-shirt she wore were stained and filthy. The last little boy, a skinny blonde kindergartner with a massive bruise on his forearm, hung back a little from the rest, his hair hanging over his face, and they were all looking at her like they expected her to do something. What is this disgusting place? Jessica wiped her hands on her shirt and shook her hair as thought it might be full of spiders. She stopped in mid-shake and turned to the kids as though seeing them again for the first time. Her mouth hung open again slightly. You're the kids, she gasped. I mean, you're the kids, the ones that were taken, and you're alive. She suddenly remembered the mother in the hospital. We had to find the kid and bring him home. Jessica had insisted to John, the words sounding hollow even to her own ears. Now the kids were standing right in front of her. It's not too late to save you, she thought, filling her with new purpose. She looked at the little blond boy. Are you Jacob? She asked, her heart fluttering and his eyes widening in response. Hey, it's going to be okay, she said, trying to believe her own words. I'm Jessica. None of them answered her right away, instead glancing at one another, trying to reach some silent conscience. Leaving them into it, Jessica stood surveying their surroundings. It was a dank brick-walled room with a very low ceiling, so low that Jessica couldn't fully stand upright. The room had exposed pipes along the walls, some of them giving off plumes of steam. There was a large tank in one corner, probably a hot water heater, and in the far corner was a door. Jessica went to it. Don't, the redheaded girl squealed. It's okay, Jessica said, trying to make her tone soothing. I'm going to get us all out of here. Let's just see if it's locked, she said, hearing her own voice ring out cheerfully and hearty. She sounded patronizing. It was a tone she always despised in adults when she was a child. I'll just check, she said, more normally. She walked briskly toward the door. No. 3 voices called. Jessica hesitated, then grasped but not firmly and gave it a twist. Nothing happened. Behind her, one of the children let out a sigh of relief. It's okay, Jessica said, turning back to them. There's always another way out. She scanned their anxious, grimy faces. What happened here? She asked. The boy with the child on his lap looked at her suspiciously. What would we tell you something? You could be one of them. I'm in here, same as you, Jessica pointed out. She dropped down and side beside him, putting herself on the child leveled eye level. My name is Jessica. Ron, he said. The little girl on his lap tapped his shoulder and he bent down and she whispered something in his ear. Her name's Lisa, he added. Alana, the redhead said, a little too loudly. The blonde boy didn't say anything. Jessica eyed him, but did not ask. Hi, Ron, Lisa, Alana, and Jacob, Jessica said with excruciating patience. Can you tell me what happened? She ate me in her tummy, Lisa whispered. Instantly, Jessica felt the blood rushing from her face. You mean the clown girl? Jessica said softly. The robot girl? The children nodded and oozed. I was in the woods, Alana said. She held her hand out against her stomach, then mimed the clamp shouting shut. Clamp, she said, her face deadly serious. I was riding my bike by my house, Ron said. There was a woman on the road. She came out of nowhere and I fell off the bike. I was trying not to hit her. He gestured to his knees, and Jessica noticed for the first time that they were scabbed over. He's been here long enough for those to heal. She thought but held her tongue, afraid if she interrupted, she would stop talking together. When I got up, she was standing over me, Ron continued. I thought she was trying to help, but I told her I was okay and she smiled. And then he glanced down at the girl on his lap for a moment, then went down. I swear, honest. Her stomach split right open and there was this big metal thing that came out of it, and he shook his head. She's not going to believe us. Did the thing grab you and pull you inside? Jessica asked softly, and he looked at her in surprise. Yeah, she said. Did she get to you too? He asked. No, but I seen it happen, she said half truthfully. Then what? I don't know. Next thing I remember, I woke up in here. What about her? Jessica gestured to the girl in his lap. He shrugged, asking, looking briefly embarrassed. As soon as she woke up, she climbed onto my lap. Do you know her? You mean from before? He looked down at the little girl again. No, none of us knew one another before, Alana said. Jessica looked at the little blonde boy and he looked away. Okay, well, listen, Jessica said, and they all turned their eyes on her again. Creepy, like I'm really a grown up or something. She thought easily. She took a deep breath. I've dealt with things like this before. Really? Alana has suddenly skeptical. Ron watched her wearily. Lisa opened one eye, then pressed her face back into Ron's shirt. I'm not with them, Jessica hurriedly. I'm locked in here with you because I got caught trying to find out more about them. Do you know about us? Ron asked. Not much, but I'm glad that I found you. Everybody's been looking for you. The people who took you, they're trying to hurt a friend of mine. They already had hurt her, and I came here to stop them, to save her from them. Now I know that they're here, I'm going to save you from them too. You're locked in here, just like us, Alana said. This time she believed it. Jessica suppressed a smile, momentarily amused. I have friends out there and they're going to help. We're going to get you out of this. Alana still looked suspicious, but Lisa was picking at her from behind her hair, loosening her grip on Ron's shirt for the first time. I promise you, everything is going to be alright, Jessica said with a surge of self confidence. She looked at the children with calm determination, surprised to realize that she had meant every word. John! Charlie! Carlton burst into John's apartment, the door hitting on the wall as it swung open. Marla jumped, sitting up straight on the couch. Carlton, what's going on? He didn't respond, scanning the room. Marla was alone. She had the TV on a low volume. The door to John's room was closed, and he went to it. No one's here, Marla said with a hint of disapproval, but Carlton rushed to look inside anyway. John's not here, neither is Charlie, Marla called. Well, I ran into one of them, Carlton said grimly. One of the Charlies, that is, the bad one. Where is John? Where is everyone? John and Charlie went somewhere. They seemed to be in a hurry and they wouldn't say where they were going. Jessica? I haven't seen her. She's probably at home. I just went to her apartment. She's not there. Carlton stared at Marla, palpable dread rising between them. Charlie, the other Charlie. I didn't even hear her come in. She didn't knock or anything. It was like she knew Jessica wouldn't be there. Wait, shut up, Marla said suddenly, pointing to the TV. Marla, this is a surprise, Carlson said with an alarm. Look at this. They've been playing this commercial all day. Then the cartoonish face of a little girl painted like a clown filled the screen. Come dress as a clown and eat for free, said a booming voice. Then the cameras cut to the front of a restaurant. That's her, Colton shouted. I mean the sign, the girl on the sign, the clown girl thing. Marla leaned forward, squinting at the screen. Carlton stopped, thoughtful for a moment. She was taller and a little attractive. It was really confusing, so many emotions. They've been playing these all day. New restaurant, animatronic characters. It's like the girl in the sign was all grown up and wanted to feed me pizza. He trailed off. Carlton, Marley yelled, snapping back at him to the present. You know where it is? The new place? He asked. Yes, Marla announced. She flipped off the TV and stood. Let's go. Carlton looked at her grimly, up and down, and then took the other earpiece out of his pocket. Put this in your ear, he said. All we have, it's all we have. Trust me. Okay, Marla snatched the earpiece out of his hand on her way out the door. I guess you'll fill in me on this way? Carlton didn't answer as he hurried after her, slamming the door behind them.